Is 2017 and there's a Pudge first ban. What is this? Guys, welcome back to SLI. Hey, they got a new ticket. It's season 4 now. It was season 3 yesterday, so they must have gotten Valve to get off their asses and actually add to the ticket, which is cool because we're going to have more SA Dota. In fact, a lot of SA Dota today. Started a little bit later than we should have because of time zone issues, whatever, something or other, but we're going to have 3 best of 3s. Obviously, the first one is going to be SG Esports going up against Stars, but also we have Sacred, T-Show, and then Infamous versus Pain. So, I mean, the games just keep getting better and better after every single one. Should be good, and hopefully we'll get right back on schedule. Fingers crossed, because nothing's worse than waiting for your Dota. Am I right, guys? I'm Mike Loris. I'm going to be your caster for these games, and the volume should be fine. Tweaked it a little bit again, tried to raise everything up a little bit, but I don't have any idea. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, whatever. We have a very unorthodox set of bans, and we do see these heroes quite a bit. The Bane, the Clockwork, not as much so the Pudge. Seen ones of Pudge. It was, what was it, VP's Pudge, right? They won with it. It was insane. I don't know how, but yeah, I'm not really sure if that's just something that Stars do. I haven't really seen Stars play all that often. You can see only Ned and Suits, perhaps only the 2 players on Stars that are very easily recognizable, since they've been on many teams before in the past. And by many teams, I mean like every single iteration of every single SA team ever, because that's how the South American region works. So, I mean, they definitely have some star power here for Stars, but I think almost universally people will agree that SG Esports are going to be the favorite to take this. Probably to the point of 2-0, but you never want to discount Stars. We'll see what they can do in the draft here. I mean, banning out Bounty Hunter and Bane, these heroes, I mean, Bane is first picked, but I don't know if he's powerful enough to be first banned necessarily. Like, you could generally answer him with just an abundance of disables. Bounty Hunter, I'm not really sure about that one either in the first ban phase, but Stars definitely seem like they have their own kind of setup going on up in here, because Doom first pick with the Witch Doctor. Not exactly huge synergy between these 2 heroes. I mean, you could heal the Doom. I guess that's kind of cool, but you know what? Doom can heal himself. He's a big boy. He has Scorched Earth. You don't really need any sort of huge combo there, but you know, you do have just a couple of disables. I hear Doom's ultimate is a above average disable. The issue is actually landing it on a hero that matters. Now, you can land it on Brewmaster, and if you're able to do that, yeah, you're probably going to win that fight, because Brewmaster that's doomed is usually just stone useless. The issue is actually doing that. You do need to have either a Blink or a Shadow Blade. I think a couple more Blinks nowadays. I do think Shadow Blade is slightly better, but you know, you need those type of items. And then you actually have to land it on the Brewmaster, fighting through all the detection and whatnot. It's a tough sell, it really is. In SG Sports, now that they know that Doom is there, they can pick up these heroes that are a little bit more Doom resistant. I think top 2 off the top of my head, probably Lone Druid and Wraith King for their cores. Mid lane is a little bit more susceptible to Doom. I mean, that's just naturally how the mid lane heroes tend to work out. But yeah, we'll see what Stars can do to make this hero work. I'm not a huge fan of Doom in general, especially in the first pick slot. I feel like the hero is powerful if you know that his ultimate is going to be powerful. And right now, like, you're not going to Doom an Ogre Magi, right? You're really going to struggle to Doom a Brewmaster, so we're not really sure how powerful the Doom ult is going to be here. Also, do want to see what this Witch Doctor is going to be up to. It could just be that, like, Bane replacement is definitely a lot softer. If you're an Ogre Magi, you want to see a Witch Doctor on the other end, not as much so a Bane. But he does have some pretty good poking power, and just being able to offer a small setup stun, it's not bad. Is it more powerful than, well, I mean, Witch Wyvern did get nerfed, so I don't know. I don't actually know in this new patch, what is it, like 7.07D? What patch are we in anyway? Is that D? Yeah, we're in 7.07D. Winter Wyvern did get hit a little bit in her base heal got reduced a little bit with the Embrace, which I don't think matters all too much. The bigger thing is that low levels of burn do just a little bit less damage. It was like 1.5% less or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I apologize, guys, but this is the first game I'm casting of the new patch, so I'm going to see if there's going to be any real differences in what heroes are going to be picked up. I don't imagine it's going to be huge except for Morphling, because that guy doesn't exist anymore. Rest assured, guys, wait 2 patches, wait till 7.09, and we'll see Morphling again. I'm calling it right now. The die has been cast. You know that's what's going to happen, because Morphling, like Weaver, always come back. Always. Without exception, that's how they roll. Phantom Lancer, OD, going to be taken out. Just like generally powerful heroes. It says to me that perhaps SG Esports are looking for Medusa. I mentioned that Lone Druid and Wraith King, usually for those safe lanes, but Medusa is also a pretty Doom-resistant hero. Your Mana Shield just still works, and if you get Stone Gaze off forehand and then you get Doomed, like, Doom's going to be really feeling it there. So this looks like could be a late-game play here for the SG Esports side. And with Bloodlust, man, you do some pretty serious work. Stars... Ooh, SG will take the Nyx Assassin first, actually. Interesting to see. 3 melee heroes for the SG Esports side. Sometimes you just gotta smork them. But really good hero to have versus Puck and Doom, because you pretty much get free Spike Carapace stuns every single time. And if you Spike Carapace a Puck, like usually with the orb, like not only does Puck take a lot of damage, but it makes sure that you do not miss the Impale. You land 2 of those, you land a Clap afterwards, and then like just with the spell damage alone, you get the kill on the Puck, if you're able to do that with the Vendetta. So really, really powerful hero to have here for SG Esports. Is actually a hero that's kind of going to be able to abuse this Witch Doctor, and the fact that Witch Doctor has a little bit of poking here and there, but up against the durability of the Nyx Assassin, it's not really the easiest thing to, it's not really the easiest hero to abuse as far as harassing him back. Hold on, guys, my mouse got caught on something. My mouse also is like the loudest clicking mouse of all time. Like, could you hear? You guys hear this, right? You guys hear this? The right click is so freaking loud. I don't know why. I'm gonna try to keep it as far away from my mic as possible, but it's so loud. So yeah, Nyx Assassin is just simply a durable hero when you do get into those support battles. Of course, I expect the Brewmaster to be taking most of the harassment from Witch Doctor, in which case Brewmaster should be okay as well. Generally just is a really, really fat hero. Stars will go for a Terrorblade now. SG Esports don't really have any fantastic magical answers to a TB. If they were planning on going for a Medusa, then the timings aren't going to be the greatest for the SG Esports side. Stars looking to peek out a little bit more so in that 25-30 minute mark. That's really when they're going to look to hit their big timings. Of course, they will be pretty good late. Terrorblade, Puck, Doom all scale pretty well moving forward, but really they want to apply the pressure then, at least unless we see some earlier cores from the SG Esports side, which is definitely possible. Terrorblade, Witch Doctor, that sustain and damage combo can definitely go for those towers a little bit earlier. Yeah, you can Bloodlust the towers, and Haze is going to be incredibly annoying for the Terrorblade to deal with. You can Manta Split them off once. Maybe he's going to go for a BKB, in which case he's fine. But yeah, the Brewmaster is going to be definitely a thorn in the side of this Terrorblade. But you know what? It's TB. You pick up this hero for his strengths. You try to mitigate his weaknesses as much as you can, but you're always going to have some issues. If they're not immediately there, then it's going to be there as teams pick up like, like Mjolnirs and Maelstroms and just more AoE, Sheepsticks initiation, 4 stabs to get out of the attack range, stuff like that. But still, would like to see Stars with their last pick maybe try to get a little bit of extra push with this TB. SGE will go for that Medusa. And for Stars, I mean, I don't know if it's a 4. I'm assuming it's going to be a offlane Doom here with a mid-Puck, safe lane Terrorblade, and Stars still looking for their additional support. Jakiro, he's kind of fallen off. I haven't seen a Jakiro actually in ages, it seems. But yeah, it seems like it could be a pretty reasonable pick if they really want to pressure this Medusa. Taking out her attack speed, like in the context of a fight, like that alone is really powerful. But with a Jakiro, Terrorblade, and Witch Doctor, like even though Puck and Doom aren't really like the best pushers in the world, they can just systematically go through all the towers every single time Metamorphosis is up and just take an objective every single time. And SG Esports Medusa is pretty good at handling a Terrorblade in the later stages. If you get like the Stone Gaze off on him, you could absolutely destroy him, but it is going to be a timing where Terrorblade is going to be more powerful earlier, and the Medusa is going to need a little more farm. So SGE definitely need a hero to hold down the fort. I don't think that hero is Weaver. I think that Weaver is a little bit too slow. Along with the Medusa, these type of heroes just need a little bit too much farm to get going. And SG for their safe lane, I don't know what ADR plays pretty much everything there. Sorry, also guys, I don't know if you could hear my computer. My computer is being really loud lately. I think I have to clean the vent fan thing, so apologies if there's any like white noise in the background. I'll try to keep talking. Maybe I'll actually increase the music. Oh yeah, music's at 0. We're gonna pump it up to like 11. I don't even know what the music in Dota sounds like because it's always at 0 for me. But yeah, SG Esports all are frozen now, apparently. I broke it. I broke the game. They need someone to do a little bit of damage early on. Like, is there anything wrong with the Quap? Like, yeah, it's bad up against the Doom, but oh, there we go. Oh, Zeus. The God of Thunder himself showing up. Now, Terrorblade has a lot of armor, right? That's how he rolls. Not a lot of HP, so if you're Zeus, you're going to have a great time there. Now, the Zeus pick is going to be kind of out of necessity. Again, the SG Esports side need heroes that are able to hold down the fort early and just stall for this Medusa to take over. Zeus is susceptible to Puck, susceptible to Doom. If he gets caught in the Terrorblade with the reflection or whatever, Zeus is going to get torn to bits. But as far as defending is concerned, Arc Lightning's not bad for pushing out the creep waves, and bolting down a Terrorblade is very powerful. Shadow Fiend now the pick, and so it's going to be a 4-position Doom with the Witch Doctor. And this SF will force the Puck to go to the off lane, so SG Esports now have to face up against an SF and a Terrorblade. That is an abundance of physical damage, to say the least. I think that SG Esports may be a little bit... they're in a little bit of trouble potentially here. It really does depend on how well this Ogre Magi and I guess specifically the Nyx Assassin, how well they do in the early phase. Because, I mean, look at the power level of Shadow Fiend and Terrorblade, who, I guess when Terrorblade's metamorphed, like, they're pretty much the same hero, let's be honest, as far as their right-click is concerned. Like, you don't really want to deal with that when you're a couple of melee heroes. Even though Ogre Magi and Nyx Assassin are so tanky, they're not that tanky. But in the earlier stages, before they actually get their first 1-2 items up, if you just run into someone with an Ignite and with a Thunderclap, like, Terrorblade is just dead to that. Shadow Fiend is dead to that. Hell, everyone except for perhaps Doom is dead to that. So that's really where SG Esports are going to look to try to get some sort of edge coming out of their lanes. It doesn't have to be huge. They just have to make sure to not lose their lanes. Just have to make sure the lanes break 50-50. And I think if that happens, then they're going to be pretty happy. That means the Zeus should have a pretty decent time. That means the Medusa is able to get some more space created for her, as opposed to just being constantly under the gun. So it doesn't sound too unreasonable. Like, hey guys, we need 50-50 lanes. We're looking for an even split. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. We'll see. Remember, SG Esports are definitely one of the best SA teams. What is it? Like, we got Infamous, Pain, SG Esports, and Sacred. I think is probably the top 4. I might be missing someone. I definitely am. I apologize to whoever I'm missing. But these guys got their act together for sure. Let's see who's going to be playing. Well, we got Bardinho on the Ogre Magi. Sometimes you got to smork somebody. Got Costa on the Medusa over in the mid lane. ADR is playing the Zeus. Theo is on the Nyx Assassin. And, well, looks like a little bit of a fist fight here. Puck has some good damage, but Ogre is, like, literally invulnerable. So you don't want to be doing that. And up towards top lane, Laposa is on his Panda Brewmaster. On the Stars side, Hayne is going to be pushing forward. Does have boots first, so should be, for the most part, pretty safe. Ignite is, like, the easiest thing in the world to dodge, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. Zoyo, who I've actually not seen play with Stars, I don't think. On the Witch Doctor. Sherlock, I've seen him play with Stars on the TB. Very talkative person in the lobby. Usually lobbies are just, like, absolute ghost towns, but no, he's gonna talk to you. Got the Shadow Fiend here as well, played by Suits and Ned Bone, or just Ned. I don't really know why his Bone is in his name. He's going to be holding the fort mid right now, as Doom should be going up towards top. Rune Split looks like it's going to be an even 2-2 here, so nothing too out of the ordinary. But, yeah, ooh, Terrorblade, is he sticking around here? I don't think he is. Yeah, he's just going to get into a hidey hole and teleport out. So that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, Hayne is going to be on the puck. And up against a Ogre Magi, it's slightly annoying, but hold up, where's this Medusa going? Hold up, guys, hold up. What's going on here? It's the classic Ogre Magi solo safe lane. Oh, baby. This is actually... what is happening? Medusa... oh, they just wanted to... no, she wasn't even getting the bounty. Wasn't she down here? Why did she just run all the... I don't know what happened. Something happened, but the lanes end up being exactly what everyone wants. So, yeah, we're good. No picnic there. Costa is going to be... probably not able to completely zone out this Puck. Just the fact that Puck is pretty much untouchable in this lane means that, well, you can't really stop him from getting the experience. You could probably stop him from getting CS by having the Ogre just run at him and start beating him down with the club. For the most part, the Medusa shouldn't really be in too much trouble ADR does have Arc Lightning, and that is probably going to be good enough to help him CS, despite there being a Doom in his lane. The Infernal Blade level 1 is some significant harassment damage, but at the same time, he does have his bottle already, and Arc Lightning range is just so high that even if you do have a Doom running at you, you could probably just throw out a bolt here and there, and oh, what's going on top lane? Witch Doctor decided to go Maledict level 1. That's interesting. Maledict level 1 is like the most disappointing spell in all of Dota, because you play with Maledict level 4 for so much of the game. When you cast Maledict level 1, you're like, oh shit, this spell doesn't do anything. But interesting to see him go for this instead of Cask up against 2 melee heroes. If you have a ranged hero that's like always ranged and can always harass, unlike Terrorblade, then I think Maledict could work, but in this situation, I'm not really sure if that's really what they want. Theo is going to try to jack the bounty rune, does get it. Takes a lot of damage on the way out, but should be fine. In fact, he's trying to bait a little bit in for the Zeus, perhaps. For the most part, though, this top lane scenario, this Brewmaster should be just fine. Like, even if there is a Witch Doctor here, the mischance is going to mean that even if they make an aggressive attempt on the Brew, like, it's so easy to tell when it happens because he uses Metamorphosis, duh. You just haze him and walk away. And you get those dodges from the Drunken Brawler as well. I think this Brewmaster is going to be pretty damn difficult to stop, even without Theo's participation in this lane. I mean, he's been pressuring, he's been poking, he's been prodding, grabbing the bounties and whatnot, but really it's all about Leposa and how much he can actually get. And so far, it seems like he's not really going to have to worry about his farm being stifled at all, really. Like, this Brewmaster is not really going to feel pressured all that much. At least he's going to get some levels, and if you get levels on the Brewmaster, it's not easy to kill off a Terrorblade, but it is definitely possible. Oh, they bolted, soothes, and cleared out the ward on the high ground. That is value right there. Bolt does still give True Sight, guys. No, it's been a long time since we've seen a lot of Zeus in these games. But, yeah, still gotta remember those small mechanics. Oh, they will find the Witch Doctor in the middle of nowhere. Okay, Fire Blast and Ignite into an Impale. I did not see that one coming. I apologize, guys. Mouse clicking intensifies. Yeah, my mouse is terribly loud. It's a pretty cool mouse, though. I got it like super cheap because of like Cyber Monday or whatever. There's a button on the mouse that clicks 3 times for me. ADR, by the way, is being chased down by Suze. There is a trap laid, though. The Fire Blast is there. They turn around. One more Arc Lightning will strike down the SF. A couple of raises probably could have killed off ADR if not for the wand and the bottle. Now ADR getting a range off for himself. Pretty standard mid lane practice, but Ogre Magi in the right place at the right time is going to be trying to secure this rune for his friendly Zeus buddy, and it looks like it's not going to work. Bardino's going to grab it. It does take a clap, though. Sue's closing in with boots. 1 raise to land. Second raise could have landed, but wouldn't have gotten the kill anyway, so probably not worth the cast. Yeah, Zeus is not going to have that bottle refilled, unfortunately for him, so he's going to have to take the long trip back to the base. But level 4 already, having killed off the SF, slowed down his soul progression. Already a pretty nice pickup there. Ultimately, though, the cores are farming pretty evenly on either side. Brewmaster can't really pressure back a Terrorblade. You can mess with him slightly, just hazing him and occasionally dropping the Clap, which does do a lot of damage versus a TB, but you know, all of those spell casts of Clap will just be pretty much health refunded by this wand, because it's constantly being refueled by the haze. So Sherlock should be still just fine, and Puck is doing a fine job as well. We gotta keep our eyes on the levels of these supports. Doom and Nyx Assassin are both roaming very heavily. ADR going to be aggressive upon, but Ned unfortunately does not have a troll net, so he can't really do much here. Bardino is maledicted, and he should be fine. Yeah, he'll TP out. No problemo here, guys. Don't worry. But yeah, levels on the supports definitely going to mean a lot for this game. Obviously, Doom has Doom. You kind of want to have that spell. Perhaps just as important on the SG Esports side is this level 6 push for the Nyx Assassin. Ooh. He tried. Points for trying. Yeah, being able to jump in on the Puck, initiate on someone like a Terrorblade, or initiate on a Doom and kill him off without having to worry about that Doom cast on your heroes, that's a big deal. And Nyx Assassin is definitely the hero to do that. Brewmaster can do that as well, and he is getting quite a bit out of his lane, so perhaps a little bit of a faster level 6 with a Blink Dagger, but oh, Infernal Blade misses twice. Feels bad, man. Drunken Brawler is a real ability, and then haze afterwards. I don't think you cast... I don't think it's like... It didn't go on cooldown, so I don't think it takes mana if you miss. I could be wrong about that, though. That definitely missed twice. He's missing a little bit of mana, but Boulder Toss is free. Hurl Boulder, actually. Boulder Toss is Brewmaster's ability, isn't it? Isn't that what it's called? The Earth Panda hurls a boulder? No, it doesn't toss a boulder. Hey, I'd rather have a boulder hurled at my opponent than tossed. Toss implies a very weak throw. Zeus is going to get a boulder toss into him, but Invis Rune, ADR. Oh, Soothes does land 2 rays. Show it to me! Oh, that would have been so freaking sick. Actually, with the raindrop there, I don't think a 3rd raise would have killed. Would have been a little bit close either way, but here comes Bardinho once again, looking for that Witch Doctor. There is Ignite, there is Fire Blast. Reflection, though, going to slow them all down, and Brewmaster doesn't really have an easy way in. Is going to try to cut through and cheat a little bit through the forest, but still not quite fast enough there. If you're able to lay the clap, you immediately split. You get that kill so easily. Not going to be happening, at least not right now. We have ourselves pretty much a dead even game, despite 2 kills, including First Blood being drawn by the SG esports side. It's still the laners of Stars that are able to farm it pretty darn well. The Doom has been only working with level 1 Devour, but still, like, as far as these 4 position heroes are concerned, Devour is still a lot more gold than you otherwise would be getting in a game where there aren't really that many kills. They are looking at Zoyo, though. This Witch Doctor might be the target of a dive. Obviously, Brewmaster is like the safest hero to dive with ever. You have to worry about that Sunder somewhat from Sherlock. They don't know that he's level 6 with Sunder. We're seeing it a little bit more often nowadays that they'll just, Terrorblades will just pick it up at level 6. Zoyo, though, can take a lot of damage to the Ogre, but Bardinho does not have enough durability for this unless it's Thunder God's Wrath. That's kind of cheating. He'll go into the trees. They do blind Sherlock. Doom, in the meantime, is taking an absolute beating from neutrals, but he should be okay. Bardinho is going to get spotted by the tower. Fire Blast Illusion, TP out right now and you're alive, dude. Oh, he's going. Easy escape for the Ogre Magi. So the dive, because of that Zeus, is going to work out. And Soothes, Impale, I don't think that's in range. They'll try to bolt, and the Impale does miss as well. Takes, Flex a raise, actually. Good read there from the Nyx Assassin. Unfortunately, doesn't really matter too much at the end of the day. Ooh, the Ogre is still here? What the hell happened? He TP'd out. He lost his TP scroll. He just decided to cancel and dig his way out. Interesting. There's no shrine here, so... I mean, he gets a bounty rune for it. I don't really know if that's better than having full HP and full mana, but you know what? You do have the kind of invoker effect, inful effect from this Zeus. Being able to help out from that mid lane means you don't have to leave at all. Mana sustain is going to be a lot better now that he has his bottle and his arcane boots up, and of course Kaya is going to be built up next, as you can see. So mana costs there from the Zeus should be very manageable. He doesn't really have to leave the lane ever. Like, the cooldown on Thunder God's Wrath isn't too unreasonable. Theo, ooh, almost orbs, or carapaces the orb. Takes the damage, and that's quite a bit of it. But he should be fine to back out of here. But yeah, Zeus doesn't really have to concern himself with anything but pushing the mid lane. He'll kill creep wave out to creep wave, and see, you never know, TP out. Lend a level 4 lightning bolt to a lane, or as a counter gank measure. Or really just punish anyone who decides to defend against the Zeus's pushes. It is a little bit of substantial damage from the Zeus. Now, obviously, he's not going to be destroying any towers anytime soon, but just constantly sending, like, creep wave after creep wave into the tower. The damage does add up if you aren't on top of that with some hero to push those creeps back. God, the sun is, like, right in my eye. The sun, it burns. Close the shades. Gotta keep the window open, make sure this piece of junk computer doesn't overheat. It's fine, though, it's fine. If we do start to lag, then, well, it's like restart Dota or something, but it'll be fine. Posta's got level 8. It's a very deadly gank rotation. A little bit later than you would expect, so maybe Soothes just doesn't see this one coming, especially... Oh, don't go up there, dude! Do not go up there! They don't even need the clap, they'll just crit him down. Oh, that is a dead Shadow Fiend. They do get the tower deny on the bottom lane, it looks like. So Medusa relentlessly pushing that. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get her dues. But being able to gank the SF, that's obviously going to be great every single time. Being able to gank him without needing the split. Oh man, that's even better. That means Brewmaster can still keep that threat level up, make that exact same rotation, and Well, sometimes ADR is going to go ahead and kill the enemy Witch Doctor because that's what the Thunder God does. That's going to give him his Kaya. Let's see. How much mana reduction is this? 10%? It does add up a lot when you're casting like that many Arc Lightnings. Sherlock, he's got his Metamorphosis up, but again, Haze as soon as you get Metamorphed is such a pain in the ass to deal with. There's not really any way to like answer that either. Like you can get Manta-style BKB and MKB and stuff like that, but those aren't going to happen until much, much later on in the game. So for right now, he's just got to sit there and deal with it. What does Zeus want to do? ADR camping in the base at full HP, full mana. Okay, looks like he's going to make his rotation up towards top. It definitely seems like a place where they can abuse the power level of this Brewmaster right now. Sherlock, of course, does have that Thunder. By now, they should expect it. And he will probably be able to get it off. Fire Blast, Chainsaw with the Hurl Boulder is not going to be good enough. And now he's going to get the Thunder onto Bardinho, who's probably just going to fall. Will die to the coil of the puck as he does snap it. Sherlock at half HP will be fine. The Zeus is walking to the lane. Suds will cut off Theo, get the kill there, and still Liposa will escape because it's a Brewmaster. He never dies ever. But if the Zeus... I feel like if the Zeus was there, like if he teleported in and was actually able to fight properly, then he would have been just fine. But he is here now, has the lightning to throw out, and will do a lot of damage here with the Nyx Assassin arrival as well. Ned is pretty much going to be left behind by his allies, will be bolted into oblivion. Boom! There goes the Doom. And it was a little bit of a case of SG Sports jumping the gun there. But again, this is the same thing that we see very often from anti-mage teams, where it's like they don't really need to win the fight. They just have to not lose the fight. That's really the only thing there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, it wasn't the best trade for them in the world. But as long as they break relatively even, as long as the Medusa is farming in the meantime. Oh, Ned gets Vendetta ganked out of nowhere. Fire Blast Chain Stun is there. Will take a lot of damage. Scorched Earth, though, heals him but for quite a bit. Thunder God's Wrath from the heavens, from top lane, will drop him and even do a little bit of damage here to the Shadow Fiend. Gotta watch out for the Requiem. He's a double damage rune. This is the weirdest DD effect on Shadow Fiend I've ever seen. That looks bugged out as hell, but he really wants to raise, but he doesn't know the cooldown of that Spike Carapace. That could just kill him if he raises himself. And this Thunder God's Wrath has gotten so many kills. I mean, the Ogre Magi, not exactly a huge damage hero, nor the Nyx Assassin, but when you do have the amount of disables they have, just right-clicking down, usually you don't get the kill, unless you have a Sun Strike. And in this case, the Sun is not striking, it's the Lightning that's striking, so that's good enough, man. Same difference. ADR 5, 0, and 1 is going to be really nice for the Zeus. Obviously, he's going to be dropping bombs moving forward with an Ether Lens next. Probably going to look for that Nimbus at some point in this game, I'd imagine. But it is also somewhat of a risk. Zeus is a hero that is very easy to kill off if he's not building Four Staffs and Blinks and Yule Scepters and stuff like that. So even though you may have all this gold, that means you're just going to be worth that much more to the enemies. And it's so hard to keep yourself alive as a Zeus. So that is just a slowly building pot of gold that is going to be built up, that stars will eventually crack into. Ogre TP'd to the tier 3. And then he just walked back in. There's a long delay, guys. Turns out I didn't have my delay set long enough yesterday, so I increased the delay today. Ooh, Sherlock walks up the hill. There is a clap and a split. They will have only an impale, and that should be good enough, especially with the Thunder God's Wrath. Man, every single time, I'm like, it's going to be a close one. That wasn't even Thunder God's Wrath. That was just a Lightning Bolt, because ADR's right here. Never mind. Map awareness, number 1. But Smoke is coming in for a little bit of revenge. Theo probably will be the one to tank it. ADR is going to get ducked into the trees and will be in a perfect position for this gank. Doom is not going to be cast just yet because he gets stunned up at the Spike Carapace. ADR, though, will get Doom in the corner now, and that 5-kill spree is going to be claimed. Again, this bag of gold, just waiting for someone to crack into, will be going towards Suds. Everyone else does actually just walk out of there, so they killed the hell out of that Zeus, but at the cost of their Terrorblade ultimately. Makes it a pretty sour engagement there for the Stars side. Man, that would have been... I think they maybe could have fought that if Theo didn't reflect the stun and stall up Ned. He would have taken the Doom as Nyx Assassin. You die as the Nyx, but your Zeus probably gets a kill there with the Brewmaster helping out. You never know. You never know. Tower Denial attempt is there. Theo is going to put up Spike Carapace, and Medusa just clawing through the Shadow Fiend. Oh, that was a very high damage snake. I don't really know how many times it bounced, but judging by the amount of damage it did, I gotta assume it bounced some. Medusa is also just level 14. You know, you just get that many levels worth of stats. Took the damage talent at level 10 as well, so she's actually just dishing with the attack speed that she has from just naturally getting agility and, of course, having that Mask of Madness as well. So SF taking a spill there. Zeus has Thunder God's Wrath in another 10 seconds. He's going to go for Travels. He has all of his like baseline spell casting items. Is this Zeus or is this Tinker? These are questions we'll never know. Gonna take a boulder to the face. Doesn't really do anything. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get coiled here. He can return a lot of damage, but the coil lasts so long, and now SF's gonna come and just tear him to shreds. Or Zeus. Trying to split push by yourself with no vision in this area or up here. Yeah, it's just like a one-way trip to Frowntown. It will look to make it an even trade, though. Sherlock is going to maybe get Vendetta ganked here. Will pull back as he does see Costa coming in. Costa Bile? I actually have no idea how to actually pronounce his name. No one has told me that I'm doing it wrong, so I'm just going to keep doing it the way I've been doing it. Oh, Soothes, the victim of another split. He has no backup in the area. He has no way of getting out of this himself because he has no TP. He's going to get, like, perma-stunned to death, and then in classic Zeus action, tries to go for the kill steal. They do end up seeing Ned with it, but Ned sees the Nyx Assassin. Doom, man. Doom is a hero that you really have to be careful with your ultimate. And that is, like, probably not the way you want to use your ultimate. It's a long-ass cooldown as well. Was that the first? That was, like, the second Doom of the game. And now he's going to be pretty darn useless for another 2 minutes, so that is a massive win for this Nyx Assassin there. Not only does he pull the Doom out, but he also knows that this area has True Sight, so he can kind of play around that in the future, or have ADR de-ward that with his Lightning Bolt, so that is a huge pickup for the Radiant side. That's going to give them enough momentum to just go for a push. Is the Medusa here? No, Medusa's actually on bottom lane with a double damage rune. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good for pushing, I hear. They're going to take probably a tier 2 at the very least. SF's TP will be spotted on the incoming. They really can't do anything about this. They know there's a Blink Dagger in the brew. They know there's no split, but does that actually matter? Medusa at this point with double damage rune is just going to kill all of Stars by herself. Like, I'm only joking a little bit. She is absolutely terrifying right now. Level 16 up and pushing towards that level 20 talent. Very surprised they didn't actually nerf that talent. Like, just drop it to 600 mana or something like that. Or give her, like, intelligence equal to that mana. I don't know. I'm surprised it was unchanged in this patch. But she's getting there really, really quickly. You know, Sherlock is doing what he can split push-wise, but it's about that time to just group up around your Medusa and just use her as that battering ram, that siege engine. Bring down the walls and start to get into the tasty innards of Stars. Nyx Assassin is going to pull out. Again, he knows that there was detection in the area, so he's going to play a little more cautiously here. It looks like it was cleared out. I think it was like over here or something, somewhere in this area. So we'll pull out. Still gets a pretty good read on where these Stars heroes are. Oh, he returns a raise, and now with the lightning combos. Man, I mentioned how good Nyx Assassin was up against Puck and Doom for that reason. If you can read the SF, there's quite a bit of wind-up time there for Shadow Rays. DD only increases base damage. That is true. If I had the Shadow Fiend and I picked up a double damage rune and I got 100 extra damage, you know what? I'm going to be so upset that I got 100 damage and not 140 damage. May as well just end my life right there because it's just so disappointing. Kane is going to get impaled out of Vendetta. ADR is here. Lightning combo not quite enough to insta-kill. They don't have a Thunder God's Wrath either, but they do have an Arc Lightning. Zappy zappy, there goes the Puck. And looks like Witch Doctor's going to have to take a beat here. You know how I mentioned Doom and Nyx Assassin's ultimate being like the spells that these supports want to go for? You can do a quick comparison as to who's been getting a little bit more success with their ultimate. I think it's like, you know, maybe 10% of you would say the Doom, because 10% of you would just be like straight wrong all the time, no matter what. But yeah, this Nyx Assassin's been absolutely murdering fools. Leposa is going to run into heroes, is not going to be able to blink out. Looks like he was a little bit asleep at the wheel. He was under an observer ward, but I feel like he could have just blinked out there if he was, you know, paying a little bit more attention perhaps. Yes, I increased the stream delay, guys, so you are a couple minutes in the past. Plebs, learn to time travel. Costa's going to destroy the tower. Medusa, still that battering ram is going to be going for Lincoln Sphere, I think, coming for her. Yeah, that's an anti-doom measure, first and foremost. And pretty much that's it, actually. You get a little bit of mixed value here and there, but really it's all about protect yourself up against that doom. Stat stacking, of course, is going to be at a premium. ADR will try to TP out from this coil. Will get out. Now, you do snap the coil whenever you leave, so if they could have dropped him to, was it level 2 coil at this point? Yeah, like 450 damage, 400 damage. You could actually kill, even though he gets a TP to channel, but not going to happen today. Vendetta once again from Theo. If he runs into a Witch Doctor, I think with Thunder God's Wrath, they just get that kill. Unless Witch Doctor sees him coming. He did trip the Sentry Ward. Don't go up there, Theo. Don't go up there. Oh, you went up there. Well, you know, if you catch the Witch Doctor, you get the kill on the Witch Doctor, but if you get caught, then you get killed, so that feels pretty bad. But we'll find Ned. Thunder God's Wrath going to immediately reveal him. He doesn't have a Doom, he does have a TP, and backup from Sherlock, as well as him, but there's no coil here, so Leposa is going to jump right in, clap onto pretty much everyone. Sherlock does get the Sunder off, and ADR is going to be driven out immediately. He does bottle up, though he will eventually die to the Scorched Earth on the deck. That'll be immediately 2 kills, as Shadow Fiend does now join the fight. Only the Brewmaster and Ogre here. They'll try to get this Terror Blade kill, but it's probably going to cost them the Ogre Magi, as Hayden does resume the fight. From the backside, Sherlock once again lifted up. Should be another Hurl Boulder in just a second. The magic damage, is it enough? They have another clap. Oh god, Doom, why are you doing this? Okay, you're dead, right? He's dead. A clap, 300 damage, 25 magic resistance, right? So, yeah. It won't quite do it. He is cast. He's also stunned. I don't know if he gets this kill. They really needed the Medusa here, and she is finally here, but, a little bit late to the party. Did she snap the coil? Looks like coil dropped into the back line and she just walked right out of it. Okay, well, Bardinho is just like so many layers of screwed. And it's a little bit surprising that SG Sports decided to take that fight there in the first place. I don't think they actually get the Terror Blade here. Hurl Boulder's stun doesn't last that long. And Cask was just thrown. How long is one single cask? It's 1 second. We're at 1 second. This is like 0.25. So how far can he get? I think the clap still lands. They don't have anything else. A clap? I don't know. A clap and a crit. That's 225, and then the crit will definitely do more than 40 damage, right? Need Ned Caillou. God damn it, Ned. Where is Ned? They kind of need Ned here to just easily kill off the Ogre Magi so that Puck can focus on, you know, moving back up towards this area where the fight is going to continue. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but he has 3 stick charges. Maybe can throw out 1 more set of spells, or at least just be annoying with right clicks. Intelligence equal to the mana would mean a buff. It probably will in some situations. But you get like more mana regeneration, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. I was just spitballing, guys. I was like, hey, maybe then Nyx Assassin will be better against Medusa. Probably just drop it to like 600 mana, right? Is there really a huge difference between 600 mana on Medusa and 800 mana? I mean, there is obviously a difference, but my god, 800 mana is just stupid, and Medusa is just 1 level away from that. Alright. Well, they're going to have Ned clean up Bardinho here. Bardinho can't actually defend himself. If Ned comes in, gets Fire Blasted with multicast, right? And then he just straight TPs out, the coil will fade, and he'll TP out to safety. The Puck has no spells to kill, I don't think. Well, I don't know. He could stick and just orb and kill Bardinho. So I think the Ogre Magi is pretty boned here. Let's see what this Terror Blade is going to do. How far is he going to get? Oh, clap. Out of range now. Takes a double rage, and Leposa has to back out of there. The Ogre Magi is going to get bowled over in the south side. And Costa just has to retreat along with Leposa. Should be fine from this last Maledict tick. It will do about nothing. So taking a fight without their Medusa with the Zeus on the front lines, that is not exactly ideal. So SG Esports kind of voluntarily put themselves at a really precarious position in that fight. End up getting just boned really hard. Zeus is going to be back in just 7 seconds. In fact, everyone SG is going to be back pretty soon. Costa is in a precarious position, surrounded by lots of enemies, but not really enemies with that much threat. Sooth is actually completely tapped out of mana. Oh, here comes Sherlock. That's the threat. They do try to doom Costa, but the Lincoln Sphere protects him. He needs more help here, though. The Bloodlust is not even on him from the Ogre Magi, but he just walks away. Who needs 800 mana when you just walk away from everything because you block the doom? That's the second doom that was like 100% completely wasted. And that is going to represent another big opening here for SG Esports to push forward. Not like they have any huge item timings or anything like that, but hey, don't have to worry about the Doom being very dangerous. Speaking of Doom, just take him off the board right away. And you definitely don't have to worry about him. Arc Lightning will get the kill. Play poorly, get punished, right? That's how the game works. That was a relatively fresh Lincoln's pickup on the Medusa, but I'm pretty sure she had it when she was in this area. They just weren't checking items, I guess. Why is this caster such a fucking asshole? I don't know, man. It's just part of my nature. Oh, Zoyo. Poor guy. Got jacked up on top lane. Thunder God's Wrath is not only going to help get that kill, but also make sure that there are no heroes from stars in this area. Make sure that this Roshan is going to be a pretty easy pickup. It's going to be a double life for the Medusa. And a double life with that extra mana. Feels good, man. We'll look for Hane. Both will let them see the puck, but there's a Blink Dagger on the Nyx. I don't think he can actually catch up here. It's going to be really tough. As long as Hane just keeps running in this direction, he'll actually run into almost a Brewmaster. A little bit of overshoot there. Draws the coil out. Clap still lands, and he'll orb even further. Oh, stuck in the trees. Bolt into the trees will cancel. And no, he actually missed the bolt. Little bit off. Obviously completely blind, so it happens. It was close. Points for trying. 11k lead. This lead from SG Esports just keeps on growing after every single fight. Like, yeah, the fights in general have been pretty mediocre for SG, especially that last one. But the non-fights, the ganks and the random pickoffs, a lot easier for SG to execute, it seems. Mostly thanks to this Nyx Assassin. They do have to worry somewhat. Medusa doesn't have to worry about the coil. Was used defensively there from the puck, so she just walks out of that once again. Even if she did get caught there, with the Aegis and with the fact that they still have a tier 1 standing, I'm pretty sure everyone can just mass TP in and save the Medusa for a second life. And, it's a heavy commitment to go for there, Stars, fighting outside your base when you know, or when you don't know, where the enemies are. Radiance next on the Brewmaster. Oh, that is going to be so backbreaking. I believe the Radiance shiny aura is carried on the Earth Brewling. And by I believe, I mean I know. Soon's going to get jacked up a little bit here. He does have a BKB. Snake, it's going to actually take a lot of his mana, but that's about it. Has to go back to the base. Meantime, while he's rejuvenating, the top lane is dying. There is a coil here on the puck, and there is another Doom on the Doom. But still, with only this Medusa on the front lines, Lincoln Sphere, Doom doesn't have anything to pop that, so it has to be the Witch Doctor, it seems. They actually have a Eul's on the puck, so they could use that to kill off the Lincoln Sphere and then doom the Medusa afterwards. But then dooming the Medusa is only step 1. You actually have to kill her afterwards. And I'm not really sure if that's in the cards right now. So Costa's going to be sieging relentlessly. Theo jumps forward, Spike Carapace looking for a cheesy stun, but oh, Zoil just gets torn apart by Costa. Now drops Stone Gaze. Hane is going to be able to orb himself out of there and to safety, but SF looked into the Medusa's eyes. Not a good plan. Does not the BKB. Will that save him? There's no Hurricane Pike yet on the Medusa, but does have enough move speed to just close in and kill the SF, and Ned as well in the backside gets caught without even dropping his ultimate. Costa takes about some mana damage to his mana pool, but that literally doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Sherlock is here, does have the Sunder, but he just can't afford to get close. You get close, that means that lightning is going to be blasting you in the face. And of course, with this split, got to worry about this being cycloned up and then torn apart again by the Medusa. That SF just bought back, now has no souls. Even if he were to buy back again somehow, hack the game, he wouldn't be even doing enough damage to be relevant. Puck is in the back, still with no coil though. Sherlock is going to reflect everyone, but the Nimbus is up, giving them a little bit of extra safety here. Hane's actually going to jump into the Nimbus, takes quite a bit of damage there. Brewmaster as well, takes quite a beating. They may lose Laposa here. They sunder Costa, but it just doesn't do anything. Laposa doesn't give a damn either. He knows he's dead, so he's like, I'm just going to kill this building. He will fail, but the Medusa probably will not. Bloodlust on her. Again, absolutely relentless. Gets hit with the coil, but it's just a momentary hiccup in her attacks, and now it's going to go look for Sherlock. Ned is going to unfortunately disconnect. He does have the Doom, and Doom might be enough to salvage something here, but I'm not really sure. Medusa still has another life. Bardino, where's Zeus actually? Zeus is nowhere to be found. Has travels in 14, so he's out of this fight. Like, you can throw a Thunder God's Wrath soon, another Nimbus soon, but they already took 1.5 sets of racks. Sherlock, I think, is fine. No, actually, there's Hurricane Pike, and Coil is timing out soon. He has no Sunder. He might just be dead here. The Puck can't really help. Actually, no, the Puck can help by using the Medusa. Cycloning? Yulesing? Is that even a word? Use the Medusa and maybe get the Doom in position. It's not looking great for Stars, gonna be honest here. They got very little done in that engagement. Like, once you pop that Stone Gaze, you can't go in. And while you're trying to go in without the Stone Gaze being up, you're taking so much damage from this Zeus. And again, TB, like, his strength is the fact that he has a lot of armor. So he's taking probably not that much damage from the Medusa here compared to some other heroes, but he has absolutely jack all as far as magic distance is concerned. He's going to try to get some in the BKB, but I mean, he has 2,000 gold towards it, and his base is in complete shambles right now, so I'm not even sure if that's going to be up in time. If it is up, it might just be a little bit too late, because by that time, that item is up. The Medusa's just going to have overwhelming right-click damage with a Butterfly as your next item, so you do have the BKB. You do have that answer to the Zeus, to the Haze from the Brewmaster, to that Radiance, Burn, Mischance, which is, again, going to be a pain in the ass for the Terrorblade to deal with moving forward. SF as well, even without this BKB, or even with the BKB, rather. But then you have to deal with this Medusa who has evasion, and BKB versus Butterfly evasion is obviously much different from the evasion style of the Brewmaster Haze and the Radiance, which you can actually get rid of. You can't get rid of the Butterfly evasion. I guess you can, but you just mute her, I guess. Right? Doesn't that do it? Nullify? That means you can't activate it. No, you just gotta Bloodthorn her, I guess. That's the only way to do it. Bloodthorn. Get that accuracy. Get rid of the evasion. Or MKB for some RNG evasion. Dude, MKB is such a weird item now. It's good, but it's like, come on, man. Just let me hit things. Just let me hit things. Alright, so Ned, he can come in, but he doesn't have anything. He has 4,000 gold. Dude, spend that. Like, he does have a buyback. How does he, what? Needed for buyback, buyback cooldown available. I feel like this is wrong. This is bugged out, right? This is so bugged right now. He does not have 4,000 gold. What? Okay. Okay, he has 2,000 gold. No, he has 100 gold. What the hell's going on? This is so bugged. Are you guys seeing this? Like, I'm clicking on all these heroes, and their gold is like sticking on their hero. Like, there's no way these guys have the same amount of gold. But he's poor as shit. Apparently he has 125 gold. That's how much gold he actually has. So yeah, he can maybe by the end of the game get a Heaven's Halberd. Oh, that is not the right button. Maybe. Even then, like, it's all about, they have all these answers to, like, how do we not die to this Medusa? They also need an answer as far as how do we kill this Medusa, because you can not die to her all game long, but she's going to be taking your towers while you're busy trying to not die to her. I'm going to call it right now. Ned is going to take, like, 10 minutes to come back. Admin's going to be angry because he's like, guys, stop abusing the pause function. And then, like, 2 minutes later, Stars are going to lose this game. Is that me being a pessimist? Maybe. Or it's just me being a realist, because they They don't really have much going for them. Caio Aluzla Voltando. I agree. I fully agree. I have no idea what these guys are saying. I wonder if... Okay, so it looks like... No, I have no... I'm trying to find a pattern with this bugged out gold, and I have no freaking clue. Everyone is... the Radiants do have gold, and that's working. The Dire don't, though. Maybe it's because they're disconnected, and maybe something goes weird with the gold system when they disconnect. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Rage Ned. I'm pretty sure they're not baby raging. I mean, if they are, if this is a god damn it, I'm out type of scenario, then, well, first of all, it's like understandable. Doom has had, like, he's just been pooped on the entire game. He's landed one good Doom on the Zeus on top lane, and that's it, if I recall correctly. Not exactly your ideal Doombringer game, especially when you first pick this hero, so yeah, it feels bad, but I mean, this is also a best of 3, so yeah, it's like you can tilt out of game 3 when you tried your best, or when you lose game 2 after losing game 1, but tilting out of game 1 is, let's just say, not advisable. You generally want to stay a little bit composed. I mean, Ned's been around the scene forever, so I gotta assume that he's able to keep it together most of the time. But can you really blame him? Like, he just got absolutely shut down at every single turn on this Doom. Feels bad, man. Nothing new, just another normal day in SA Dota. SA Dota has a lot of pauses. We didn't actually have the beginning of the game pause. You guys notice that? I didn't even notice that. It was so smooth, and I just assumed that everything was going to be okay. In case you guys don't know, it is standard practice for SA Dota to have a pause for about 3 minutes in the beginning of the game. For reasons unknown, I have no idea. Yeah, I know. What is that, a horse? That is the courier. My god. So I know based off of the delay, what is Zeus's level 25 talent? I got you, bro. I got you. Level 25 talent doesn't seem like it's going to matter this game. You get the level 20 talent. Actually, though, Lightning Bolt Mini Stun is really good with Nimbus, which obviously he has. And you have you have a good amount of cooldown reduction. Do we see the cooldown reduction in this menu? Looks like you don't, unless I'm blind. 1.6. Yeah, I mean, 15% cooldown reduction is a lot for someone like Zeus. But at the same time, you make Nimbus be like this giant AoE permastun cloud. So, I could definitely... This is actually like a challenge of a talent. Like, you can actually make an argument for either one, as opposed to some other heroes. Like, I don't know, maybe there are some heroes out there who have level 20 talents that are just no-brainers. None exactly come to mind. Like, there are maybe one or two, maybe, but you know, the Zeus, you could actually make a debate for his talent. Do we have any other level 20s coming up? Why am I looking at the Radiant? It doesn't matter what talents they have. The Terrorblade 20 talent is whatever. 10 reflection cooldown with the Blink Dagger. Maybe a reflection of Medusa is how you kill her, but she has a lot of stats. She will be getting more powerful with that butterfly, but I'm not really sure if it's going to really do much. Puck almost has level 20, so you get that super zoomerating orb. Guys, could we go, please? You know, what happened to that music? I thought I turned up that music. Let's turn up. Can you guys even hear that? I could barely hear it. Now you guys can hear it a little bit. This is nowhere near my voice. I'm just going to put music on 100%. Hopefully drown out the white noise of my computer that's complaining about me streaming. Algum? Hello. So you Kami. What is happening? Dude, I don't even remember what Dota music sounds like except for the you know, that the main theme that always plays in like TI or whatever. Like everything else, I have no clue. The energy stopped working. Do you need power to play Dota? I don't think you do. To vivo, já comprei a smoke, Zeus altar. See, I told you guys Sherlock is a talker. That's not a bad thing. It's actually kind of a good thing because, I don't know, it feels like everyone in Dota, from the games I've been in, they're just like, alright, let's get in there. We're gonna complain when things aren't going according to code as they should. But it's like, you know, this guy's just having a good time. Please, everyone in chat who knows what they're saying, please translate real time for everyone who doesn't. Star's going for a pause to look up a game leap guide dealing with Medusa. Dude, Medusa, it wasn't even like a surprise. Like, Medusa is, if you watch like SA at all, like she's routinely banned out, like for no specific reason. Like she's just banned out every single time. So like the one time she's not banned out, and the one time where clearly SG Esports are setting up for Medusa by banning out Medusa counters in their second ban phase, it's like, if I saw it coming, goddamn Stars, you should have seen it coming also. What, the ban was like Phantom Lancer? Why do I keep pressing that button? Phantom Lancer and OD. I haven't seen many OD versus Medusa matchups. Gotta assume though that OD's ability to mess with her CS and just take her intelligence with the orb is usually going to put him on an advantageous position. Ready? This game will end by 30-17, guys. My call from before, Ned will return, and it doesn't matter because SG Esports are just so very far ahead that we all just wasted like 10 minutes here sitting in Greyland. Costa is maybe going to chase forward for Sherlock, will do so, but the armor is holding right now for Sherlock. Does have help coming in from Ned Bone. Lincoln Sphere in just a couple seconds. Ned got to watch out for that Doom timer. Lincoln Sphere now up. Hayne does have a Yule Scepter, chasing forward for Pardinho though, and with the help of the Nimbus, I think the puck is just dead to the lightning. No, the Doom will absorb that shot. Will take a lot of damage here. They will pick off the Medusa's first life. Zeus proper is going to return still. The Nimbus is here, gets the Thunder God drop out before he gets Doom, and now Medusa is back with the Stone Gaze, trying to give Zeus a little bit of extra protection. They won't be able to save the Zeus, but still she is able to get right on top of this Witch Doctor with the arrows in the air, get the kill before the cast can really slow her down enough. Raintrax will take quite a bit of damage here. Costa, though, walks away from that engagement at full HP. And hey, look at that. It's time to buy, like, the vast majority of your butterfly, so that's kind of cool. It will hold the mid lane, kind of. And they will get the kill on the Zeus, who kind of TPs in a little bit boldly, let's say. Medusa cleaning up that last creep wave is going to have a butterfly completed now. Actually, no, that's a Mask of Madness disassembled, so never mind about that. No more lifesteal, but I'm pretty sure that just doesn't matter compared to the evasion she gets with this butterfly. Closing in on level 25, having just the Ascati as the, what is it called? Modifiers now, not unique attack modifiers or anything like that. Just modifiers. We'll go for a Mjolnir afterwards. And she is going to non-stop siege. Doom did use his ultimate in that last engagement. Medusa may run a little bit low on man, but here comes Leposa. Just jumps in, claps Soothes. Look at these right clicks on the Medusa, split-shotting onto everyone as well. Sherlock is going to Sunder Soothe, try to keep him alive, and will do that successfully. But they do like no damage to the Medusa. Again, they're itemizing to just not die to this Medusa. How do they actually kill her? They absolutely need a Maledict. Like, I feel like Maledict is, it has to be cast on Medusa if they're going to get her killed off. She is running kind of dry on mana right now, but Leposa's going to say, screw it. I'm going to get in here with the extra demolish damage and just demolish everything. Throw a couple heroes up in the air. Terrorblade now a non-factor, taking a trip in the sky as Casa right-clicking onto the melee racks. Cast won't even bounce, and they will catch Zoya with the Nimbus. One more bolt, not quite going to do it, and will be able to slip out, but Medusa is running ham all over this dire base, shuffling forward with the Force Staff onto Ned with a 2-man impale from Theo. Thunder God's drop there as well. Theo's taking a lot of damage here, will still slip out as Costa is going to drop that Stone Gaze, drive everyone back once again. Driven back by the Stone Gaze and by the Zeus and his Bolt. They'll try to cheese out the Nyx Assassin with the puck, but he ends up jumping right into the Nimbus. Still, Theo is going to try to blink dodge. That cast will fail. Still alive. 50 HP. No way. Is Theo really going to live? In the meantime, Costa, like the real relevant hero, still firing in onto Sherlock. They will snipe the Nick Assassin in the back end, but at what cost? Because Costa is going ham all over the Stars side. Lost all of his mana, so now is actually killable if there were any heroes left to kill him. Reflection is there, and he will get doomed through the Lincoln Sphere. Maybe they can bring down this Medusa. They'll bring down the Ogre, orbiting through as well. Medusa is going to fall here. It looks like Nedge needs one more Infernal Blade smack. More right clicks. There you go. She's going to turn around and kill off Ain. They kill off the Medusa, but Mega's going to start flooding the base now. In another 90 seconds. Oh, damn. My prediction's wrong, by the way. Game lasted a little bit too long there. But still, they kill off everyone from SG. SG kill off everyone and their mom several times from Stars. So yeah, they get, how much gold is this? 1900 on the Doom. So there's his halberd. It almost seems like it just doesn't matter. Terrorblade does not have any clearing here. SF raises. You can clear out like one lane of creeps at a time with each kind of cycle of raises. But no one really has enough clearing here for Stars, especially like on the supporting heroes, to be able to both clear and push out of their base. So like they will be jarred up in their base throughout the rest of the game. So now it's like, there's always that big question I always like to say. It's like, okay, maybe they can hold and just be steady and get into a position where they're not going to lose. But how do you get into a position where you're actually going to win? Because like not dying to Megas is only step one. You actually have to push out of your base, get all the way to the Radiant Ancient and kill this shit off. Like I don't see that happening unless SG Sports start like suiciding constantly into the Stars lineup. And like it's even hard for them to do that because Medusa like takes so long to kill herself. Unless she turns off Mana Shield, in which case I call shenanigans. Like that's definitely some BS going on there. Sentry Ward is going to be spotted by the Nick Assassin, is packing that gem, and he will be able to just jump out of here, no problemo. In the meantime, everyone else looks like they're going to go up towards the high top lane. Maybe look to ambush someone up there. They could just wait for their next Roche. What is this, a minute left on the timer? Or wait for Mjolnir, that's good too. He does have the modifier talent now, so Split Shot will be splitting out some lightning. And of course that Frost. LOL, stacking unique attack modifiers in 2017. I'm pretty sure they got rid of like all these things. Like they all stack now, every single one of them. I think that's what the last patch gave us. Full stacking attack modifiers, which is cool. Fun fact, you guys know in Dota 1, if you bought a Sanjin Yasha on Luna, then she would just not be able to attack at all. Like she would literally be sitting there and her attack animation would be going, but she wouldn't be throwing out any glaives. Oh, Zoil gets multicasted from the high ground. Nimbus is off the mark though. Theo is going to shuffle out of there with the Force Staff. They have sniped the Witch Doctor already. Suze with BKB is going to get melee range with the Medusa, and they will doom her as well. Her Mana Shield though is holding, and she's going to turn around and start right-clicking everyone, but is going to be forced to back off at a certain point, and will do just that. But ADR is the perfect spot in this particular engagement, throwing out lightning every which way with an Arcane Rune at that, as well as the Brewmaster causing some havoc, lifting up the Doom in the air. He'll fall into the Medusa, who's getting Soul Vessel back up to a really high amount of HP. They isolate and kill off the SF. Now they have their eye set on the Doom. Gotta run through the Nimbus or run the long way around. Either way, not going to be good for you. And now it's Sherlock. He's trying to hold, but he already uses Thunder. He's going to fall as well for 109 seconds. GG is called. And I think the Mega Creeps were just going to town on the Ancients, even if that team fight wasn't won by SG Sports. To the surprise of no one, SG Esports are going to take game 1 here in this best of 3, as Stars have some really serious issues to work out coming out of this particular game. Ned's Doom was underwhelming to say the least, and it just seemed like Theo had so much more activity around the map than anyone on the Stars side, like easily than anyone. Not to mention Bardino's positioning on the Ogre Magi was pretty much impeccable as well. But guys, this is only the first game. We'll see what happens in game 2. I'm Mike Loris. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 coming up very soon.